سلام بچه ها، امیدوارم حالتون خوب باشه. کیفیت لایومون خیلی پایین بود، واسه همین من ویدیو رو ریکورد میکنم و استوری میکنم. همین طوری که در جریانین قرار بود یکی دو صفحه از یادداشت های زیرزمینی رو بخونیم به انگلیسی با هم. من تقریبا به اندازه 10 دقیقه از این متن رو میخونم و سعی میکنم که واسه تون استوری بذارم. مرسی که جوین شدین و ببخشید که کیفیت لایف پایین بود. Notes from underground. I'm a sick man. I'm a spiteful man. I'm an unattractive man. I think there is something wrong with my liver, but I understand them all about my illness. And I can't say for certain which part of me is affected. I am not receiving treatment for it and never have, although I do respect medicine and doctors. What's more, I'm still extremely superstitious. Well, sufficiently to respect medicine. I'm educated enough not to be superstitious, but I am superstitious. Oh no, I'm refusing treatment out of spite. That's something you probably can't bring yourself to understand. Well, I understand it, of course. In this case, I can't explain exactly to you whom I'm trying to harm by my spite. I realize perfectly well that I cannot besmirch the doctors by not consulting them. I know better than anyone that by all this I'm harming no one but myself. All the same, if I refuse to have treatment, it's out of spite. So if my liver hurts, let it hurt even more. I've been living like this for a long time, about 20 years. I'm 40 now. I used to work in a government department, but I don't work there anymore. I was a spiteful civil servant. I was rude and enjoyed being rude. You see, I never took bribes, so I had to compensate my life in some way. That's a rotten joke, but I don't intend striking it out. I wrote it down thinking it could come across very witty, but now that I have seen that I only wanted to do a spot of vulgar bragging, I shall let it stand on purpose. Whenever people came with their petitions to the desk where I sat, I would snarl at them, and I felt exhaustible pleasure whenever I succeeded in upsetting someone. And I was nearly always successful. For the most part, they were a timid bunch, well, all known what people asking for favors are like. But among those fobs, there was one particular officer whom I just couldn't stand. He simply wouldn't be brought to heel and had a nasty way of rattling his saber. For 18 months, he and I waged war over that saber. In the end, I triumphed. He stopped the rattling. However, this happened when I was still young. And do you know, gentlemen, what was the main point of my malice? Well, the main point, indeed the crowning nastiness, was that even during my most splendic moments, I was constantly shamefully aware that not only was I not seething with spite, but that I wasn't even embittered, and was merely scaring sparrows in vain. For my own amusement, I might foam at the mouth, but just bring me some kind of toy, Give me a cup of tea with sugar and most likely I calm down or even be deeply touched. Although I'd be so ashamed, I would most certainly grumble at myself afterwards and suffer from insomnia for several months. I've always been like that. Well, I lied about myself just now when I said I was a spiteful civil servant. I lied out of spite. I was simply having a little fun with these petitioners and the officer, as in fact I could never really be spiteful. I was always conscious of the abundance of elements within me that were diametrically opposed to that. I felt that they were literally swarming inside me, those warning elements. I know that they had been swarming there all my life, begging to be set free, but I wouldn't set them free. Oh no, I wouldn't. I deliberately wouldn't set them free. They tormented me until I felt ashamed. They brought on convulsions, and in the end, they bored me. Oh, how they bored me. So, don't you think, gentlemen, that I'm repenting of something to you, asking you to forgive me for something? I'm certain that's what you think, but I assure you that it's all the same to me if that's what you are thinking. No, not only did I not become spiteful, I never even managed to become anything. Neither spiteful nor good, neither a scoundrel nor an honest man, neither a hero nor an insect. And now I'm living out my life in my corner, teasing myself with the spiteful and utterly worthless consolation that an intelligent man cannot make himself anything, and that it's only fools who manage to do that. Oh yes, you're intelligent. 19th century man ought to be and is in fact morally obliged to be essentially without character. A man of character, a man of action, is primarily a very limited creature. That's my conviction as a 40-year-old. مرسی تا اینجا همراهم بودین. بقیه رو هم ادامه هفته شبای زوج با هم میخونیم. فعلا.